Volo guy. The Volo guy. Also Modern Day Romeos. It's Jimmy. You know Jim. Volo guy. Yeah, who's so famous. He's on TV all the time, but he came in here to be with me. And
We're kind of still on TV.
Yeah, we're
right?
on
we got the live
TomTube.
stream on TomTube.
Yeah, I got a lot going on over here. Let's see if I screw it up or not. Jim from Volo Museum is in today. Welcome, Jim.
Thanks for having me.
No, thanks
this
for
is
coming.
nice. We never get this quality time together.
I know,
I
it
like
really
this.
is, but you did. You brought your wife.
On the screen.
She's staring right at me. She stares at me every day. If you want to grab her and put
Why
her...
is she sharpening a knife right now?
Do you see her? Every day I get to look at your beautiful, beautiful wife, and you could see her
That's
on
creepy.
TomTube. Yeah. And then there's, I believe, is that Neil next to her?
Yeah, that's Neil.
And then is that your brother?
I don't know.
There's some weird kind of threesome going on over there. So it is kind of creepy. We have their heads on sticks because, well, really you, because we weren't with you on the Cabin Fever getaway last year. It was so sad.
It was very empty inside the whole time and cold here.
Yeah, it was so cold here.
I didn't like watching all that sunshine and fun.
Well, hopefully you're signed up for the pre-boarding pass and you get the details today.
I can't wait for the email.
It is coming out, and then we do the big announcement on air tomorrow. But
like the official announcement.
The pre-boarding, so you have to sign up for that over at 95WIIL.
And that's how you find out?
That's how you find out early. And then by the time we announced it on air, at least last year, a lot of the options were already sold out. So
just from the pre-boarding?
From the pre-boarding. So make sure you get in on that.
It sells out every year, though.
I don't know what time it's happening at, though. So I still have to lips tight, can't tell anybody, but
How do you not tell anybody?
I do. I can't
sit on that kind of stuff.
Neither could I. Which Tom's like, oh, it's a secret. I'm like, yeah, then you may not want to tell me.
I might not be the best vault to keep that in.
Speaking of secrets, Volo might be the biggest. Every time I talk to somebody about Volo Museum, they're like, oh yeah, I've been there years ago. I'm like, no. There's so much more going on to see and do there, which we're going to run down throughout the morning today. But really, I'm just going to take advantage of having you in and Tom being gone.
Eating up some time.
But there really is, you guys are celebrating how many years?
65th anniversary.
And you've been working there all 65
years.
You look great.
Yeah. Not from the waist down, but
okay.
Up here, lots of work have been done.
65 years though, and not even just every year, but every couple of weeks, I feel like you're on TV talking about something new coming to Volo Museum.
Yeah, it's a family-owned business. There's no corporate backing. There's no state funding. There's no any sponsors. There's nothing. It's just the family. They started it from the ground up. There's no inheritance or anything. They literally started from just flipping crappy cars to selling cars. Back in the 60s and 70s, classic cars were just regular cars.
Yeah.
They weren't classic or collector cars
right.
yet, And then they just started buying the high-end stuff and finding that stuff. And a lot of it was just consignment. They were making money off of other people's money because they couldn't afford anything. And now they own it outright. Every year, all the profits roll back in the museum. So
that's incredible.
They genuinely, the founder, Greg, he's in his 70s. He lives on the property. He wears jeans and Carhartts.
He's very passionate. I've met that guy.
He's in everything every day.
Yeah.
He's like, why would I retire? This is what I love.
This is what I love to
it's
do.
just, you're playing with adult Hot Wheels and dinosaurs and everything. It's a lot of fun.
I've got a question for you. In 65 years, what cars do you think will be collector cars?
We were talking about that.
Really?
Would it be a Tesla? Would it who's going to restore a 2017 Chevy Traverse?
Right. Hey, look at this guy.
Outside of the Corvettes or the high end sport, no one's going to
do that.
And I feel like all of the cars from that era, there's cars I've never even heard of.
Exactly.
That are like, whoa, you have that?
Right.
That's what I drove as a kid. I'm like, they will not be having what I drove as a kid.
Ford Escort.
Yeah, exactly.
What was your first car?
It was a 19. My dad was a mechanic, so he was good about getting cars on the cheap, fixing the two things that were wrong with it. So I went through a series of a 75 Datsun, a 79 Cutlass Supreme, which is like a giant maroon
I remember.
Interior and exterior with the saggy ceiling.
And
then an 85 Blazer, but it was just all these random cars until I had enough money to save up.
Yeah.
What was yours?
88 Honda Prelude, and it had pop-up lights.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, but one of them broke, so I was always a padiddle. Yeah.
You were the padiddle.
So many people are driving around with their clothes off. So because of me, I take credit for that. But the secret of Volo Museum, I will. Do you know the secret? It's a secret.
What?
It's a secret. It's a secret life hack, and we'll discuss that.
Well, you're not going to keep it. So
no, I'm not. Like I said, I'm terrible at keeping secrets. So the secret life hack of Volo Museum.
Oh,
I know. It's on the way.
I'm going to get fired.
No, you're not. This is a good thing. That's next. I feel like most parents I talk to don't know it's the secret of Volo Museum, and I'll tell you.
Come on,
what that is coming up. You're not going to lose your job. If anything, it's going to help your.
It's going to help.
It's going to help your job.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the secret of Volo Museum that is on the way as Jim from Volo Museum and Modern Day Romeos. And can we talk about all of that?
Sure.
Talk about that too, right? That's on the way. It is 8 o'clock. WIIL Rock Morning Show with Tom and Leah. Partly sunny for today, looking at a high around 81, 63 overnight, 80 for tomorrow. It's 72 in Lake Forest and 72 in Spring Grove. The Secret of Volo Museum is on the way after the 95 WIIL Rock 95-second update. That is brought to you by hoglawyer.com. Real writer, real lawyer, real results, hoglawyer.com. A 58-year-old Addison man was charged with aggravated DUI after a crash in Wadsworth killed a 33-year-old woman and injured 5 others. Andrew Willard's blood alcohol level was over twice the legal limit when he struck 2 stopped cars Saturday night. He was taken into custody Monday and faced a court hearing Tuesday. A major resurfacing project on Kenosha County Highway C began Tuesday and will close the road between highways 45 and 83 through early August. Local access will remain open, but through traffic must use the posted detour. Officials say the schedule depends on the weather. WIIL Rock Sports, brought to you by Windy City Rooter. They drain your pipes, not your wallet. Milwaukee Brewers get it done against the Los Angeles Dodgers 3-1. They'll wrap up the series this afternoon. The Toronto Blue Jays beat the Chicago White Sox 6-1 for their 10th consecutive win. It was a rain-shorted game, so if the Sox are looking for an excuse, they could use that. Series finale is tonight. Minnesota Twins top the Chicago Cubs 8-1. That series continues today. If you are wanting to know the secret of Volo Museum, I'll tell you and Jim, the Volo guy, what that is coming up. Jim from Volo Museum and Modern Day Romeos and Jim and Justin.
Cut the crap, Leah.
What?
Let me in on the secret of my job, please.
The secret of your job is in the name. It's Volo Museum. You and I were talking when you walked in about our daughters who became very fast friends on the CVG.
Yes.
And they've planned their lives out together and hangouts back in November and haven't seen each other since.
Because of our stupid schedules.
Our schedules suck. And then talking about, well, but we're off and we have all this time. Yeah, you guys are off, but we're maybe not off.
This is kind of our busy season, right? You got a lot of events and other remotes and other things you got to do.
Yes, both of us. You get it. You get how busy we are. And then Tom's even busier than I am. I don't know. I can't keep up with the guy. But how trying to entertain our kids. Our parents did not do this for us. It was here's a piece of bread, go outside. If you're
come back at dinner.
Yeah, come back at dinner. If you're thirsty, there's a hose. Like
all summer long.
We
didn't do trips.
No.
We didn't do anything.
We didn't. And I don't know if it was the cost of things or
maybe
the time.
We had horrible parents.
Or our parents just well, I one of mine kind of does. But anyway, but our kids are always looking for what are we doing? What are we doing? That's the secret of Volo Museum. Volo Museum is what you can do with the kids. And I don't think that people understand that yes, you could go and you could do it all in one day, right? You could go, you could do it all in one day. Yeah. You guys are open every day, 10 to 5, which I love that I don't have to worry about what the hours are on the weekend.
A lot of museums are closed, especially off season, like in the winter and stuff. They'll close maybe for 3 months or they'll be only open Thursday, Friday, Saturday or whatever. So the fact that they stay open every single day is awesome.
It is. And that's the same hours because I'll go somewhere and I'm like, even here, the mall, I'll get here and I'm like, why isn't the mall open? And well, Sundays are different times. I'm like, what the hell? I can't keep up with that. But 10 to 5, Volo Museum, I promise you, your kids are going to love it. There's something to do for all ages.
Definitely.
There's events going on constantly. Like during the winter time, we went to the, what was it? The Santa.
Oh yeah. The Time Warp Express.
That was so much fun. And my kids, they both had a great time doing that. And they're not real young. They're going to be 11 and 10 this year. So there's just something for everyone. And that's the secret. See, I told you it wasn't going to be
okay.
That's the secret is Volo Museum. And I just don't think that people, obviously people do know that's why you guys are still in business, but there are so many people who don't understand.
Every single person that I've taken, I've been there 3.5 years. Every single person that I take through says, I had no idea. I had no idea all this was here.
Right.
And that was 3.5 years ago. We add stuff almost weekly. Yeah. It's almost too much. It's ridiculous as a marketing guy to try and keep up with it. But it's also fun because it's endless content. I mean, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, Brian, the owner, he was like, hey, I got something. Check it out. Come outside. And it's this tank with a giant plasma cannon from Ghostbusters.
What?
He's like, yeah, I got a really good deal with it on eBay. And I'm like, what? Where would he gonna do? He's like, I don't know. I just thought it was cool. And like, that's kind of the vibe of the whole place. Yeah. It's just like
a bunch of stuff.
Nothing is planned. No. It's all opportunity. When something comes up, we have medieval torture devices and Disney things and just random stuff that's like, well, that would be pretty cool if we had that. So let's figure out how to work it into the museum. So there's literally, we have a Titanic museum. We just redid our military museum. We spent like $1 million completely redoing it. We have an atom bomb. You can touch an atom bomb. We have like
what? You can touch it?
Yeah. It's, I think, the only place in the country you can walk up and just take your picture and touch an atom bomb. Just crazy stuff. And this is what the owner, who's like 70, or the founder, he's like in his 70s, he'll come down and be like, check this out. I got a rocket. This is the rocket that Evel Knievel's mechanic did. I'm like, it's 30 feet tall. What are we going to do with it? We'll put it in the front by the bat signal. I'm like, yeah, of course. The bat signal.
It's huge.
Yeah. The museum itself, the campus is on 35 acres.
Okay.
But we have 75 acres that it sits on. And this is the time to go because it's lush. Like it's all well groomed. We have the extra 30 acres. We have a double-decker Disney bus that was used in Walt Disney World for parades for years. We have trackless trains, trolleys, all kinds of stuff that are free rides in the summer. So you can go there Wednesday through Sunday. It's just free rides. So we take you out. I have an I narrate like a tour of like the history as you're going through. So you can go through the whole thing. And then we have this giant 1928 carousel that's all hand carved with like 3,000 light bulbs that you can ride. And there's just so many different outdoor experiences.
You guys, the mini golf is open
too, right? Mini golf is open. Yeah, there's just a Rock-afire Explosion animatronic show, which it's cool. It was like Showbiz Pizza. It was like the Chuck E. Cheese before Chuck E. Cheese. And there were hundreds of them across the country. And Chuck E. Cheese basically took them over. And the Rock-afire Explosion show was like, it's 40 feet long. It's like 12 characters. and they kind of just went away. And we found one of the truest, most original, complete sets, and it's very hard to get it open to the public. The owner and the creator is like very protective for licensing purposes. So we sat on this for like 8 years, and last year we opened it and debuted it, and people were coming over from all over the world. Like,
are you kidding?
It's an animatronic show. It's cool. Like, I think it's awesome and nostalgic for me, but like a guy and his daughter will drive from Canada down, and they haven't been to the country maybe once, and they come to Volo and sit and watch the Rock of Fire. Hardcore fans. It's crazy. So that's open during the summer. And we also just got a license now that we're working with the owner. They have like these medleys, and they do like Michael Jackson medleys and stuff. So they haven't written a song in 30 years. Well, the owner loved what we're doing so much, he deemed us the official place to see Rock of Fire. There's only 2 other places, I think, in the world that it's open to the public and fully functional.
Wow.
And so he deemed us the official place. He got so excited. He's writing a car-themed medley
for you guys.
Volo Museum, incorporating Volo Museum.
That is
He
awesome.
flew out to California with Waylon Jennings' son, Shooter Jennings.
Yeah.
And he recorded it in like Prince's studio. He's like, well, I just had a little budget, but then I got super excited and we got the whole band back together. So now I'm like way over budget, but they're like writing the first time in like 30 years. It's going to debut, I think, like next month. And then he gave us licensing. So I designed like jigsaw puzzles and old retro lunch boxes and like the old McDonald's glasses and stuff. So that's coming in like a month or two. So
that's exciting. Again, always something being added, always something to see and do. Your kids will not be like, I don't know what's going on. What do I got to do?
It started as Volo Auto Museum, and most people still think I'm just not like, cars are cool,
person.
but I want to drive out to look at a bunch of cars. And that's how it was for 40 years. But in the past 15 years, I mean, there's animatronic dinosaur park. There's boats and planes and trains, and just the military museum, even if you're not involved in or like into that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's amazing. And then we have like the Disney galleries and kiddie rides. All this stuff is fully optional or operational. Yeah, so you can really go in and experience this stuff, this nostalgia. It's not just like a look, don't touch museum. It's very interactive. It's very encompassing, and we try to tell the stories. It's not just like, look at this thing behind the glass. It's like, check out what this was. Everything in our museum wasn't supposed to be in a museum. It's called ephemera. It's like it was just created to fill a need, and then it just became nostalgic and part of pop culture and history. And now it's in a museum because it affected so many people's lives, and they remember it. And now everything in there's Ghostbusters car, there's hardcore Ghostbusters nerds, and there's military nerds and car nerds, and everybody has their own like thing that they can come and nerd out on for all ages. So
exactly, 0 to
dinosaur or Titanic or whatever it is, like we'll find something that you'll nerd out on.
Right, 0 to 100, and you say 100, but people live past 100 and want to go to Volo Museum.
More and more now. More. I think statistically.
Yeah. Good for them.
They won't remember the visit.
No, they'll want to go back the next day. Speaking of, you guys have tons of deals going on during the summertime, which we will talk about coming up. It is 8:13, going to be partly sunny today, high of 81. Go to Volo. They have indoor, they have outdoor, and they have specials for you. We'll run those down after Mammoth WVH on the Rack Station. Oh, I'm like, why don't I hear any music? Because it's not playing. What just happened? All right, you guys. It's all right. There's always got to be a hiccup. All right. Okay. Wait a second. I promised you Mammoth. I'm giving you Mammoth. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Where did Mammoth WVH go? Yeah, help me out here, Jimmy.
I just learned something.
Yeah.
That blew my mind.
What
if
did you learn?
Check the weather, say for Gurnee.
Yeah.
And it says thunderstorms 20% chance.
Yeah.
I always thought it was 20% chance.
No,
it's not. And I confirmed with a meteorologist, 20% of Gurnee's area will be thunderstormed or rained.
Yep.
It's geographic.
Do you have the same weather person that I do?
I don't know.
Is it a guy?
Yeah.
Is it Mike?
No.
Oh.
It's a different one, which even solidifies the fact more.
Yeah.
And a partly sunny and partly cloudy mean the opposite. Partly sunny means it's mostly cloudy, and partly cloudy means it's mostly sunny. Yeah.
Wow. Mind blown.
Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. Here we go.
Mammoth.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim, for helping me do my job. don't know if it comes with age or just time working in the same job. Jem, maybe you can understand or help me figure this out. But if this was like 12 years ago, if I would have done that 12 years ago, I probably would have had to get out of the room and like
hyperventilated.
Yeah, I would have been freaking out. Now I'm like, oh, well, no one died, right? So like if you mess up at a show or something, because Jim from Volo Museum, also Modern Day Romeos, Jim and Justin, if you mess up at a show, you're just like,
when you're young, it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
And when you do it for a while, it becomes
just
material.
part of it. Yeah.
Like now we have something to talk about. Now people are talking like it. I always learn. I've screwed up in shows every single time.
But you're able to make it part of the show.
Right.
Like,
and now it's part of the experience. Like, oh, did you tune in yesterday? Remember that part when Leah would, and like it becomes, it's not like, oh, Leah's an idiot. Why can't she can't?
I'm pretty sure people say that too. This is what happens when a woman tries to run things. Yeah. Put me back in the kitchen. I'll make you a sandwich. I make a damn good sandwich, actually. So we will talk to Jim about all of the specials and deals that are going on, because you're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe.
Unbelievable.
It truly is unbelievable at Volo Museum. So if your kids are already like, I'm so bored, there's nothing to do anymore. Boy, do we have the deal for you.
And girl, do we have a deal for you.
Oh my gosh, yes, because you got to be PC, politically correct. Boys and girls and all of everybody, we have a deal for you. It is 8:20 WIIL Rock Morning Show with Tom and Leah. Partly sunny today, 81. Looking at 63 tomorrow, 63 overnight, 80 for tomorrow. It's 75 in Gurnee and 74 in Crystal Lake. And Friday's looking like it's going to be a good day as well, weather-wise. 501 Club Party is where we're going to be, and it's a new bar, Ballers Bar and Grill. If you haven't checked this place out, Friday is the day to do it. Come hang out with us. We're going to have food and drink specials, $6 smash burgers with chips. Where are you getting that for $6? I'll tell you where. Ballers Bar and Grill. 75-cent jumbo wings, and they have 8 different flavors too. And then $3 pints of Yingling, Miller Lite, and Coors Light, which I just realized I can't let Jimmy drink by himself. He asked for water, and I said, go to Tom's office. He's like, I'll just drink a Pabst Light. So there we go. Cheers, Jimmy. Also, tickets for night 1 of Summer 99 and Beyond Festival and night 2. So we have both of those nights for you, tickets that you can win this Friday. I'll get started at 501 Ballers Bar and Grill on Route 45 in Third Lake with the Rock Station. A lot of people don't know that weather fact, Jim. You said Jess is texting you, giving you a hard time for dropping those facts.
Who knows that?
I only know because we had a meteorologist, and it wasn't Mike Kaplan, but when I was on the disco station with Lester, we had a meteorologist that was his friend on, kind of explaining it, because she was like, everyone gives us a hard time for being wrong at our jobs, but they don't understand what some of those percentages mean, right? And we had it happen the other day because Mike Kaplan from Fox 32 and I both live in Gurnee. That's my claim to fame. We both live in the same town. And he lives on one side, I live on the other. He was predicting hail for most of Gurnee. His house didn't get it. I have hail damage to my car. So living it, but part of that is that 20% that, people don't understand.
That's crazy.
It is. So I appreciate you sharing that because it doesn't get talked about.
I hope someone's
enough. In someone
just
else's
driving
mind
right now going, what?
I think a lot of
what? So they're going to get to that water cooler and blow people's minds today.
It's going to be the facts that are being dropped in the lunchroom.
And not the rain.
Yeah, you are right. Yeah, there's no rain in the forecast.
Yeah,
at least.
That's good.
Nearest rain is 96 miles away.
Really?
According to my computer.
Should be 95.
Okay.
0.1 miles away.
Oh my God. We're rounding up to 6.
Okay.
So 96. We'll just round the whole station up. Why don't we? But talking to Jim, I keep wanting to say Modern Day Romeos, which you are, but Volo Museum, and they've just have so much going on, things coming. Do you have any secret things coming that you can't talk about, but are going to happen soon?
We are working. We just not acquired. We've ordered 3 giant containers of animatronic Ice Age animals.
What?
Like giant woolly mammoths and everything.
Are you going to put them out in the yard?
They're out right now. Nothing's hooked up yet, but that's our we have a big Ice Age tour thing that we're putting together right now. That's going to be pretty awesome. These mammoths are 3 stories tall. They're humongous. So that's the newest thing that we're working on. But we just gutted a shop and added a snow machine exhibit. It's got these ridiculously awesome retro snowmobiles, and then it's got a 30-foot, I think it's 10,000 horsepower rocket sled that they were trying to break the land speed with. Kai Michelson's the Rocket Man, and Kurt Anderson drove it. And I think he's the only civilian to put a rocket into space, and was Evel Knievel's rocket guy and stuff. So he builds all these crazy things. So we have some of his stuff, and we have this giant Tucker Snowcat, which is what they used for the first time to cross over Antarctica. So it's this massive, just badass machine.
Is there snow
inside?
Yes.
No, not now.
Okay.
And it's not in the forecast.
Okay.
Right?
There's a 1% chance.
1% chance. 1% of Volo Museum might be covered in snow in that exhibit. But yeah, we just added barbecue. We gutted our chicken. Oh, look at who's got barbecue on his mind. We gutted our kitchen just a month ago, and we used to just have pizza and hot dogs, and now we have brisket, pulled chicken, pulled pork, green beans, potato salad, all that stuff. And we're just literally everywhere. And drinks. We have all kinds of adult beverages, including Sip Sip Hooray, which is probably the best beer. Maybe the Nectar of the Gods.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's the Modern Day Romeos
but
beer.
Yes, it is. But so we have all kinds of cocktails and coffees, and we have Blues Brothers coffee. Actually, today, we'll get into the deals, but today seniors get 25% off and free Blues Brothers coffee and pastries if you come in.
Is that every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday in July.
Every Wednesday. All right. But there are so many more deals to get at Volo Museum, and we will run those down coming up next. It is 8:28 WIIL Rock Morning Show with Tom and Leah. I love that you knew we needed to take a break, though, because I'm running behind. I don't know if you actually knew that.
I knew that. Yeah.
You knew that.
Yeah.
Wow. I could use you daily.
Tom's out of here.
Yeah. Bye, Tom. 3DG, the rock station. It is the WIIL Rock Morning Show with Tom and Leah. No Tom today. He'll be back tomorrow. He went to the Brewers game last night, and I believe he's going to the afternoon game today. So, again, he'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, Young Cleo's here. We've got Jim from Volo Museum, and we keep teasing it. But, yes, we are going to run down all of the specials that they have this month. And are you offering that big special all year long?
All year.
All right. I don't think you can beat it.
You can.
You can't beat it. So that is on the way. If you have any questions for Jim, too, 800-223-9510. Let's do it. I want to talk to the people. Text in, and Jim will answer your questions. Coming up next is 8:32, and it's going to be partly sunny today with a high around 81, 63 overnight, looking at mostly sunny and 80 for tomorrow. It's 75 in Lake Forest and 74 in Woodstock. And pro tip, you should try your best to be a good person, right? Just not too good like this guy, because it will bite you in the ass. It bit him somewhere. That story is on the way after the 95 WIIL Rock 95 second update, brought to you by UA Local 118. Think about your future. Check out UA Local 118's apprenticeship program. A 36-year-old man was seriously injured Saturday after crashing his motorcycle into the back of a pickup truck on Randall Road in Lake in the Hills. He was taken by ambulance to Northwestern Medicine Hospital, and the crash remains under investigation. Catastrophic flooding in central Texas has left at least 118 people dead and around 180 still missing after torrential rains overwhelmed rivers and swept away buildings over the holiday weekend. Among the hardest hit areas was Camp Mystic, where dozens of campers remain unaccounted for. Rescue and recovery efforts continue. WIIL Rock Sports, brought to you by Pratt's Chimney Service. Chimney leaking? Call Pratt's today for a free estimate. Milwaukee Brewers get it done against the Los Angeles Dodgers 3-1. They'll wrap up the series this afternoon. Toronto Blue Jays beat the Chicago White Sox 6-1 for their 10th consecutive win. See if they could hit 11. Series finale is tonight. Minnesota Twins top the Chicago Cubs 8-1. That series continues today. And finally, it's like in life, you try to be a good person, right?
Try,
but not too good of a person, because it could end up biting you in the ass, right?
No good deed goes unpunished.
Nice guys finish last, though. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's all the sayings. But this happened to a guy near the Oregon border, and he saw an injured bear on the side of the road. Right, so he decided, I'm going to go help this bear out. This happened to me yesterday, not a bear. But I walked into work yesterday morning, and did you know squirrels sleep on their side?
Are you sure it was sleeping?
I don't think so. I don't think it was sleeping. It was definitely dead, which is why but I wanted to help it. And then I came home from work, and my kids were telling me how a bird hit our window. I cleaned the windows for the first time ever, and of course the bird hit it. Bird hit the window, and they went to go outside to move it because they thought it was dead. And my oldest was like, it just popped up and it ran off. Like, he's like, so I don't think it can fly anymore. But like, you see an animal and you want to help it. That's just like your natural instinct. Sure. I don't know about a bear, though. This guy, though, he tried to help this injured bear on the side of the road, and immediately what happened? The bear did not get up and walk away, Jim. What happened?
The man was trying to help the bear.
The man was trying to help the bear. On the
side of the road.
Yeah. Little bear. Probably on its side like the squirrel. He's injured. The man's like, I'm going to be a good person. I'm going to go help this bear out. Was it a baby?
Did it get attacked by the mom?
No.
Did the mom defend? It was an actual Chicago bear?
It was a Chicago bear,
Brian Urlacher?
It was Brian Urlacher out there with all of his hair.
On the side of the road.
Yeah. No, he got mauled. He's all right, which is why we can laugh and talk about it. He was treated at the hospital for multiple injuries to his arm. Not mauled by the mama bear. No, mauled by the bear that was hurt on the side of the road. But later in the report, it said that he had hit the bear with his car. So he didn't
find it.
He didn't find the bear. He hit the bear. The bear knew he hit him with his car.
I'd be pissed too. I would have mauled that guy.
He probably played dead. He was like, I'm going to get this sucker as close as I can, and I'm going to bite him. So yeah, if you want to be a good person and help out animals, make sure
don't hit them with your car.
Don't hit them with your car, and maybe make sure that they're injured and can't move anymore. Jim from Volo Museum hanging out this morning, talking everything that Volo has, which there's not enough time to actually.
No, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, break it down and go over everything. You just have to go to Volo and check it out for yourself. And one of the huge things this year, one of the big deals that you're offering is the $10. You buy a ticket. I don't even understand this. So you buy a ticket to Volo Museum. Any ticket. What you mean? What do you mean by that? Because there's different.
We have So the Volo Museum, we have Jurassic Gardens, which is an animatronic dinosaur park, and then we have our Titanic exhibit.
Yeah.
There are 3 different. Paps is coming back to say hello.
Hello, Paps.
Hello, Paps. Good morning. So we have 3 different entities. So you can either just go see Volo Museum and spend the whole day at Volo Museum. For a gold pass, you can get the Jurassic and the Volo Museum. And for the platinum pass, you can get Titanic, Volo Museum, Jurassic, our Crime and Punishment sideshow, which has a bunch of criminal stuff and medieval torture devices, and our military museum. So you can get all that. So those are great things, and they're 2 consecutive days. So you can make it a staycation. You can come up we have an antique mall with like 300 vendors that has all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And I realized they have like a ton of toys that I had growing up. And I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then
really, because I had a dream about Polly Pockets the other night.
It's probably, I can almost guarantee you it's there.
But not the grown up, not like the big Polly Pocket. Like I want the little tiny itty bitty Polly Pockets. That I
can almost guarantee it's there. Like any childhood toy is there. But then it's also depressing that your childhood toys are in an antique mall.
Touche.
But yeah, so we have all of these different options, and you can come back, if you want to do the mall and some of it one day. But we just announced this year for our 65th anniversary an annual pass. So basically any of those tickets, if you get the platinum pass, $10 more, you get everything all year for free. You get
all year, like all the rest of 2025 or all the rest?
Like a year from when you buy that. So like Great America will say, all right, you get an annual pass, but they're only open a few months. So
you guys are open every month.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah. So
the entire
for $10
year.
more, and that includes like most of our special events are included with the general admission. So like, and anything.
Whose idea was this?
Right?
Was it yours?
No, this was Brian.
It's brilliant.
Came up I'm like, we're going to lose all our money. He's like, no, we changed so fast. I've only been there 3.5 years. Because it's our 65th anniversary, I was posting like, look, when I first started, the entire, and I'm not even I'm not exaggerating. Every building inside and out and exhibit is different than it was 3 years ago.
That's
like
crazy.
It's insane how much has changed. It was more of a redneck Disneyland like a decade ago. And now it's like an actual, like it's a world traveled destination. We get almost I'd say 450,000 people a year.
Wow.
Like it's crazy how many people come through, and all over the world, not just like locally. Actually, most of the people that live within a 30-minute radius haven't been to Volo Museum, which drives me bananas as a marketing director because it's right there. But I guess it's like, have you been to the top of the Willis Tower? Like, I don't know. I'll go one day.
One day I'll get there.
I've never been up there, and I lived here my whole life. So I guess I get it. But this is the excuse where like you can go there once, spend an extra $10, and then you can come back as much as you want to all summer long. We have playgrounds and mini golf, so you can bring your kids, and you can just you can eat so much time up in the summer, and then any special event, it's all included. So
right, and as we were talking about earlier, our kids are already driving us nuts on get Cooper last night.
Again.
Yeah,
entertain me
what
again.
are we doing tomorrow? I'm like, bro, it is not my job to entertain you, but this is
if only you had the annual pass, you could have taken it for free.
This is the secret. This is the secret. It's Volo Museum, and you guys have daily specials as well. That's going on just the month of July.
July, yeah. Monday, kids are free. Every Monday in July,
what
Tuesday.
Counts as a kid? Because my husband. Oh, okay. All right. Just so Ryan's not free. Got it.
So if he were, I could get that. I relate to that one. Tuesdays 2 for 1, and any platinum or whatever pass, any ticket. Wednesday, seniors get 25% off and free Blues Brothers coffee and pastries.
Love it.
Thursday, we just have this pot of all kinds of crazy savings. So you walk in and it's instant. So you can either get like free coupons for stuff or free food or free drinks or a free annual pass or whatever. So it's just kind of like a fun.
When you say pot, you mean like a
cauldron?
Okay. Because when I think pot, all right, 2 different things. Anyway.
I mean, if we did free pot on Thursdays, we would be slammed.
Man, that would be a place to go. That would be a place to go. All right, more with Jim from Volo. If you have any questions for Jim, 800-223-9510. We'll go to the text line coming up next. It is 8:46, and it's going to be partly sunny and 81 for today. Looking ahead to Friday, I mentioned for the 501 that Friday was looking good. I'm not sure if we're going to be outside, though, at Ballers. This is going to be my first time. Where we will be outside is Rockin' the Chain. Do this every Friday. Yeah, 83 and mostly sunny on Friday. So Rockin' the Chain again. We'll be out at Blarney Island. Tom is going to be out this week. It all gets started at 9, and it's Y2K Fest weekend. $5 Fridays, $5 food specials, $5 aluminum pints of Miller Lite, and $5 off of your shuttle. But make sure you mention us. They're not just going to give you off. mention WIIL Rock. Get $5 off your shuttle. Music from Sushi Roll. That gets started at 8-ish. Great music from the 2000s all weekend. Do you know Sushi Roll?
Yeah, they're good band.
Yeah, okay. And if Jim says that, then he means. When are you guys out there?
In a couple weeks, we're at Blarney for the Blarney Gras.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Blarney Gras. All right. Well, get all of the details on Rockin' the Chain and join us at Blarney Island this weekend and then in a couple of weekends when Jimmy's out there with Modern Day Romeos. It all gets started this Friday, though, 9 o'clock. Tom will be out there. The details on the road trips page over at 95willrock.com. To the text line for Jim.
Talk to the people.
Let's do it. He's in from Volo Museum. But if you have questions about the band as well, I mean, whatever you got for Jimmy, 800-223-9510.
You know what you're going to like, Leah?
What?
About Volo Museum?
What am I going to like? I already love Volo Museum.
They're listeners. So my boy, George Christie is like the main, we sell like 1,000 cars a year. So not only do we have hundreds and hundreds of incredible classic collector cars, we sell them all over the country and sometimes the world. So there's cars coming in and out. We're buying new cars and selling new cars, or selling. Right. So he's like the main guy that handles all that stuff, and he's listening this morning. And then we have construction crews because we're doing stuff. JC and his people listen like every morning
while they're out
for
there
like
working.
the past year. They've been doing construction projects nonstop,
gosh,
and they are everyday listeners. Yeah.
Thanks for keeping me employed while you are employed at Volo Museum. I do love that. Thank you. Thank you guys for listening. Was the Volo guy on the show on Netflix or Amazon Prime?
So no, there was Volo House of Cars that came out in like 2018. And it's basically like a behind the scenes on how they acquire all this crazy stuff. So it was more of a logistic thing. There was like the production and the studio's like, hey, you give us a bunch of money up front, then we're going to sell the ad space. We put it on the History Channel, and then we'll make all this money and pay you back. And I guess they didn't come through on their end and costed Volo like a ton of money and kind of screwed them. But there's like 8 episodes. They're on Amazon Prime, I think, right now. But
if you watch them, you guys aren't getting any love from it, is what you're telling me. But
actually, I think next month, there's a new reboot of the show. So they did like, how you put reels and stuff of the shows just for teasers and stuff. And I guess they were doing, the traction was like insane because we have all this cool stuff. So people were watching all this, and the traction of the reels kept continuing. So the studio was out, but the production crew said, why don't we just go in on it and let's just do it together. So this way there's no loss either side. There's risk on both sides, but no loss. So Brian and I, the owner, and 2 of the sales guys, were the main people in the show. So we shot 3 episodes that are going to air on Tubi, and I think a few other channels.
Tubi's free. I like Tubi.
Right. And that's what I said. I'm like, oh man, it sucks we're not on the History Channel. And they're like, the History Channel has about 200,000 viewers a month. Tubi has 20 million.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay, let's go on Tubi.
Well, right, exactly. That's like you going and being on all the TV shows and stuff. I don't have cable because I'm not paying for that. But guess what's free?
Yeah, Tubi. So I think what? Tubi's free. Oh, radio?
Radio's free.
Radio.
Right. You see the connection there.
The family huddles around the radio and listens to stories.
They do. Listen, we have a lot of listeners, okay?
Tens
of them.
But yeah, so I think literally next month, I think it's supposed to come out. So it's still called Volo House of Cars. It'll be on Tubi for sure, and I think a couple other channels too.
Cool. Gem mining at Volo is the best. I was there yesterday. Love Volo. Gem mining?
Yeah, you can buy either in the Jurassic Gardens or in the regular museum. You can buy like sandbags, and you can like fossils and gems and precious gems. And we have like this old school like waterfall thing that you can like pan for fossils, basically.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
I don't think I've ever done that there. This one says, 1 second, internet is going a little slow. I've watched Shipping Wars, and they picked up Ecto 1. Ecto 1?
Yeah,
is that right?
From Ghostbusters.
Did you meet Roy, and was he cool?
I didn't. Brian Grams, we've been on like 50 TV. It's pretty cool. We are on like a paranormal show. There's a paranormal caught on camera on Travel Channel that I'm on, this one, but Brian's been on like 50 TV shows. And that was one of them that he's been on South Beach Classics and Storage Wars. And most of that, we just have such an eclectic array of things that we kind of fit in a lot of things. So Brian's been on a ton of shows. All of the shows that he's been on said everyone's been cool. Everyone's been very nice. So yes, he was very nice too.
They said you guys need the car from the Wrath.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I haven't heard that one. That's a new one.
They even said, P.S. You guys need the car from the Wrath. All right, let's do one more. Does Jim know you refer to him as a tall drink of water? Jim, do you know I refer to you as a tall drink of water? I think Jim knows. I think his wife knows. I think my husband knows. He's so thirsty. That's why I'm drinking Pabst Light. Why do people got to out me? But yes, Jim knows. Tall drink of water. Thanks, Jim. Just had to explain the tall drink of water thing because my kid got upset with me the other day, a couple weeks ago, for like mentioning a guy was cute or I had a crush on him. He's like, that makes dad feel so bad. Right, Jim, because you and Jess have been together for a long time as well. Yeah, and so have Ryan and I. But I get people don't joke about those things or they take it beyond being a joke. But like once you've been with someone for so long, you're just like.
A crush is like watching a nice car drive by.
Right.
It's like, whoa, nice.
Oh, hey.
Anyways, what's for dinner?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know where I'm coming home and sleeping every night. So anyways, yes, thank you for the listener calling me out on the text line for calling Jimmy a tall drink of water. I laid off. I took a log off. I don't refer to him as that every time he comes. But you guys, talking about the deals, your guys' annual pass and all of the savings that you could get at Volo Museum, you guys have like a really cool prize that you're going to be giving away. For our anniversary
this year, we have a big one.
A big one.
Yeah.
How big are we talking?
Like big.
Big.
Yeah.
All right.
And free.
Big and
we're giving
free.
It away. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then it's free.
Should we tease it?
Let's tease it.
It's been in a movie.
And
it's a car. And it's a classic car. And it's like super rare.
And it's big.
And it could be yours.
And it's free.
Yeah.
All right. How you can get in on that is on the way. It is 8:59 WIIL Rock Morning Show with Tom and Leah. Partly sunny today. High near 81, 63 overnight, 80 for tomorrow. It is 70 in Racine and 74 in Elgin. And it is time for the 95 WIIL Rock 95-second update. A convicted felon, Jake Baraglia, 33, was arrested after attempting to bring a loaded handgun, into the McHenry County Courthouse in Woodstock Monday, despite having no scheduled business being there. He fled after a struggle with a security officer who was injured but was caught nearby, and the weapon was later recovered. Baraglia now faces multiple felony charges and remains jailed pending trial. A 60-year-old Waukegan man, Martin Maldonado Velasquez, died after a 3-vehicle crash on 94 near Northbrook Monday afternoon. He was critically injured and had to be extricated from his car before being pronounced dead at the hospital. The crash shut down southbound lanes for over 5 hours and remains under investigation. WIIL Rock Sports, brought to you by Windy City Rooter. They drain your pipes, not your wallet. It was the Brewers over the Dodgers. That's why Tom's off today. He was at that game, and I do believe he's going to go to the game this afternoon. That series is going to wrap up today. Toronto Blue Jays beat the Chicago White Sox 6-1 for their 10th consecutive win. It was a rain-shortened game. We'll see if the Blue Jays can make it to 11. Beat them again. Series finale is tonight. Minnesota Twins top the Chicago Cubs 8-1. That series continues today. It is big, and it's not Jim. You can't win Jim. It's even bigger than Jim. It's rare, and it was in a movie.
In a movie driven by very, very famous people.
Very famous people.
Very famous people.
More than one people.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be yours. Yeah. How you can win that. Details coming up. I gotta get the world's longest drum roll ready because you just dropped this on me. I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
I asked, did you come in with a list of things? And it's all up here, isn't it?
Yeah,
Keep it all up here.
Not organized though.
No,
it's just a sea of the most random stuff ever.
You should.
But then it'll float by. I'll be like, ooh.
Oh, there it is. It's like a kaleidoscope. That's how I explain my brain and everything that's going on in there. And it's definitely not organized. But you just dropped this on me, and it is winning a giveaway. We could say a big giveaway. It's big. It's a car. It's a famous car.
It's in a movie. Yeah.
It's in a movie.
It's a movie. It was in a movie driven by two iconic actors.
Iconic. Am I going to know?
I would say iconic. Yes.
Okay, but do you think I'll know it?
I think so.
What about young Cleo? Do you think she'll know? Because we don't know our movies.
That's a good.
I think so. I think so.
All
okay.
Right, you think so? 1 second. I'm looking for. Speaking of things that aren't organized, in Tom's head, this makes sense to him. It makes zero sense to me. So just please.
And I'm sure he gave you detailed directions on how to use it when he's there.
Never. I just am told not to mess anything up. So the world's longest drum roll, please.
For our 65th anniversary.
Yeah.
You listening right now, or you, I guess, or you, Cleo, have the chance to win. Because our first year was in 1960, a 1960 Buick that was driven by Jimmy Stewart and Betty Davis.
No.
So Jimmy Stewart's like the biggest Christmas movie of all time, you know, like the angels in the wings. Mm-hmm. And then Betty Davis is just like a giant iconic actress who has like 80s songs written about her and stuff like that. But they were both in a movie together, and that was the car that they used in the movie. And it's in pristine condition. It's black and red and a stunning. I see hundreds and hundreds of cars coming through. It's kind of ruined like car shows or anything like that because we sell so many. We have to keep the stock up. So and they're all like the pristine. Like these aren't like you can find these cars cheaper in many places, but these are like full restorations. Like all of these classic cars are like pristine. They look like they were just built and off the showroom floor. So this car is in incredible condition. I've seen thousands have come through since I've been there, and I've never seen one like this. It's a very
badass.
Very cool car. And it's free. You only have to enter once. You don't have to have like 20 people entering twice a day.
Yeah.
For the,
it's one and done.
Just go to volofun.com.
And it's online.
It's online. So you don't have to enter anything. You don't have to be there. There's no purchase necessary.
Okay.
We just want to give something back for our anniversary and celebrate it. So it's both a classic car to kind of emulate how we've gotten to where we are, and then a movie car because this is where we're going and this is all the new stuff that the museum has. So you have to be 18 and older and a U.S. resident. That's it.
That's easy.
Other than that, then you just go online, go to our website, and you can enter to win. And and you can see the car, you can see pictures and stuff like that too.
I gotta
so
go check this thing out.
It's pretty sick.
How long is this going to be open for?
We just announced it goes through December, so you have a little bit of time.
Okay.
Just because we want everyone to have the opportunity. Again, you only have to enter once, so we don't want to rush
like
it.
An
We
every
want
day
to let everybody get in on it. So.
Or buy more votes or entries.
Yeah, exactly.
None of that.
Most of those are you have to buy for $100. It'll give you 100 more chances.
Right.
And you're like, okay. Yeah. Then you have
Keep
a bazillion
it
people,
mm-hmm.
you know, a billion, one in bazillion odds.
I like that. I like the odds. I like that it's even.
The odds are tremendously better.
I like that it's an even playing field. And Volo Fun.
Volofun.com. And that shows everything else too. I mean, you can see all the deals and the food and the treats and the fun and all that other stuff.
Upcoming events. Why don't we talk about upcoming events? Because you guys are always doing stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just during Christmas. That's the last time I've been there. I'm going this week.
You only there's so much that you haven't seen in the last 6 months.
Well, and even I remember when the kids were there with me. Well, they went in December, and then we were there previously, and they were like, "Oh, did Jim tell you yet if the mini golf's open?" I was like, "Oh God, that was 2 summers. I think it was 2 summers ago,
right when we just opened it." Yeah.
But they didn't get to play when we were there, and I was like, "That's just how fast time flies." One, but also that there's so much that has been added and so much to see and do.
In 2 years, you won't even recognize like
the place.
Genuinely won't. It's so much has changed since then.
So we'll talk events going on at Volo Museum. That is on the way. It is 9:10 WIIL Rock Morning Show with Tom and Leah and Jim and young Cleo. It's going to be partly sunny for today. I prevail into hell. The rock station is the WIIL Rock Morning Show with Tom and Leah and Jim in from Volo Museum today in Modern Day Romeos and Cleo, young Cleo, intern Cleo. I don't know. You don't have a name. You have you have a your what's it called? You have like your music.
Yeah.
You have a bed. That's what we call it.
Of course.
A bed. You have your music.
You have like walkout music?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's okay. I'm jealous of that.
Isn't it
Very
great?
much. What song is it?
Party rock anthem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna get along all right, Cleo.
Where is it though? I want to find Cleo's Party Rock. Party Rock. I can't find where the music.
I hope you have it on cue, like when you go into Walgreens or like anywhere. You're like, Cleo's here.
She's back again. But you guys have a ton of events coming to Volo Museum, so we'll run those down coming up next. It is 9:14 and it's going to be partly sunny today. I mentioned that a couple minutes ago. Didn't say how warm it's going to be. It's going to be warm, 81 for a high near there, 63 overnight, 80 for tomorrow. It's 79 in Spring Grove and 78 in Mundelein. Let me tell you where it's not going to be warm. Here in January, you're not going to want to be here. I'm just telling you, you're going to want to be on the Cabin Fever getaway. Jim made the mistake last year. And
okay.
I'm just saying, we missed you. I think that was like collectively, everyone's like, yes, this is awesome. But it wasn't the same without Jim and Justin and Jess and Cindy.
13 or 14 in a row.
It was crazy to not have you guys there. It's just
that's our baby. It was weird.
So if you haven't signed up yet, the pre-boarding pass today, the details are going out. So you can know about where we're going. You could have options for any kind of like room options that you want to do your upgrades for. I started doing that. Ryan disagrees with me. He says we don't spend enough time in the room. I still think it's badass when I'm like, look at my room.
You're on vacation. You're on vacation.
Right. So let's go. Let's do it up. If we're going to go big or go home is what the kids say, right?
Yes.
Or what they used to say. Either way, early bird, the annual 95 WIIL Rock Morning Show Cabin Fever Getaway 2026. It is Tom's 60th birthday celebration, January 23rd through the 30th. It says where we don't know. I do. Nana Nana Boo Boo. And you can know too today. You just got to sign up for the early bird email.
How do you sign up?
No obligations. Let me tell you, get the trip info before it's even announced, which is tomorrow on the air. But last year, like those room upgrades sold out before we even announced it on the air. So you're going to want to sign up for this. Details on the morning show page. Just click on that. That's how you sign up.
I did the last year we did the upgrade for the very first time.
Yeah.
And I'll never not do the upgrade again.
Right.
Because it's not that much more and it's a totally different. We had a butler.
Yeah. It was a way different experience.
What are you going to do for dinner? Literally, have my butler call your butler and coordinate it for us. And we're like, whoa.
Well, and it wasn't so much I don't want to like throw shade at the resort. It was more so the vibe of Jamaica is you're on island time. They're like, if you're going to the bar and trying to get a drink quick.
No, you're not doing anything quick.
No, they're not doing anything quick. And again, not throwing. It's just different than my experiences in maybe Cancun, Mexico, Puerto Rico. Where's the other? Dominican. Even Dominican. Like, I know you guys had a bad experience when that was flying, though. That wasn't the resort.
Was Frontier Airlines.
Yeah, we don't like Frontier.
No, we don't like Frontier.
Point is, with a butler, you didn't have to wait for a beer because that butler was
anything. It was crazy. And this wasn't like, I'm not talking like, hi, I'm the singer in a band and it was $10,000. This was like whatever the upgrade thing was included a butler.
Yeah.
Like, what?
So that is another reason that you want to sign up for the early bird, the no obligation early bird email. Again, you can get all the details. This is all thanks to Travel Leaders and Fun Jet Vacations, by the way. And we are not taking Frontier. Get those details over at 95willrock.com. Jim in from Volo Museum.
I thought you were doing it to the music. You're like, Jim in from the Volo Museum.
That would have been good radio, but I'm not that great at my job. I also don't know what this bet is going to do. It says
you're an octopus back there. You're pushing buttons and doing
I got a lot going
double
on.
duty right now.
I got a lot going on back here, Jim. Thank you for recognizing that. Like no one says good job ever.
Good job, Leah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I do have some leftover questions for you on the text line, if you have any questions for Jim, 800-223-9510, we'll get to those. But first, let's talk business. Let's talk about events coming to Volo Museum.
We have events year round now. We have annual events. We have big events for the holidays. In the summer, it's pretty crazy anyway, so we don't do too many just because it's already busy. So we're not trying to overload it. But we have a Christmas in July at the end of the month. And our Rock of Fire Explosion animatronic show has a exclusive Christmas performance that they do. So we dress them all up in Christmas stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then we have a Santa and elves.
Who's in charge of that, by the way? Who's in
dressing up the robots?
That'd be a weird task. Yeah. Is it an intern?
Here's my card.
Yeah.
That's an intern. Do you have any hazing when you're here?
No,
for the short time, is there any?
What?
You can't have fun with interns anymore. We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah,
I want to
light me on fire or anything.
Yeah, that's what I suggested. I was like, it's just not fun anymore.
So you're just welcomed?
Yeah, I'm just welcome.
She doesn't have to lick anything. She doesn't
nothing.
You just graduated?
Yeah.
Were you in a sorority or anything?
Yep.
Do you have hazing in the sorority?
No.
They don't do that?
I was ready to come in here and get hazed. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Nothing.
Well, because you can't do it anymore. Everyone is so protect yourself and your ass, cover your ass. You don't want to get in trouble. The higher ups are like, you may not have any fun anymore.
All right. Well, you have to decorate our animatronics in Christmas clothes, Cleo.
I'd rather get lit on fire, I think.
I love it.
So we have that going on. And then August 1st, we're doing a Volo Vault live auction. We're pulling 30 of the craziest things that we have, and we're putting them up for live auction. So anyone can bid on them. There's no reserve. So whatever the bid is what
is
you
it going to be one of those? I've always wanted to go to an auction.
Hey, it's not like one of those. It's online. I mean, you can do it while you're clicking just by yourself. In your room. Brian's going to be like, what are you doing upstairs?
My kids will really think I'm nuts after that. So it's online.
It's online, but it's not just cars. It's a 2-story giant shopping cart hot rod.
Kind of sad you're getting rid of that.
It's a boat that you drive on the road. It's a street legal Bayliner boat. It's a giant radio flyer wagon. It's Britney Spears' car that was all over TMZ, the black Mercedes, dolphin kitty rides and carousel horses.
The one you put quarters in?
Yeah.
Do they still work?
Yeah, and they still work. Yep. We have a bunch of stuff. So August 1st, we're going to post stuff this week so you can take a look and kind of skim through and just check everything out. August 1st, it's going to go live. August 1st through August 7th, and we're going to keep adding it's a Willy Wonka of ridiculous stuff that is just sitting around our warehouses, on top of what's already in the museum.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I'm still finding rooms, I'm like, what is this? How long have we had this?
Right.
It's crazy. So we are acquiring a bunch of new things, and we just have to find
places
room for them. So it's kind of they're awesome. They're fun. We've had our fun, but
you don't want to let go of it.
I don't want to let go. It's all marketing stuff, but
so are you
I
buying
totally
all
get
of it?
So
I'm sure your wife's gonna love that.
Be like, what did you do?
You can put the kiddie rides outside of your house. It was I remember going to the Kmart as a kid, and it was you go inside, and then I get to ride whatever.
I'll welcome the kids off the bus. Dad, please go inside. It's a bunch of it's all ridiculous stuff, but it's all really nice stuff.
Yeah,
the stuff we love. It's not let's get rid of our crap. It's we just have new stuff. We have a Ghostbusters tank with a plasma cannon and other things that we're bringing in that we just don't have room for. So it's time to pass on the fun and the ridiculousness to other nerds like us. And August 1st, it's going to go live. So I think today or tomorrow, we're going to post everything on our website so you can look through everything and check out all the stuff.
Passing on the fun at volofun.com. That's where you can see that. I know. I was proud of that one.
Ooh, stuck the landing.
Look at me. More questions for Jim from Volo Museum, or if you have any MDR questions, we could plug events.
Yeah, they're listening, by the way, too.
Oh, hey, guys.
Mike, our drummer, Mike Zaitz is listening. He's texting me the whole time. And I gave a shout out to Volo, and he's like, I'm listening too.
What about me? I'm listening.
I have to stand behind you every show and just look at your ass the whole time.
Yeah, poor
you
guy.
Can't even say hi.
Poor guy.
So hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike. Hi, MDR. Hi. Justin listening?
No,
he's
a jerk. Stupid guy. He wears toe shoes.
He does?
Yeah.
Did I know that?
Probably.
He wore them on the
That's
sea.
probably something you block out mentally.
Yeah, probably. Once I see someone in toe shoes, I'm not looking down anymore. It is 9:26, partly sunny today with a high of 81. To the text line for Jim, 800-223-9510 after 3DG on the Rock Station. Three Days Grace with apologies. It is the WIIL Rock Morning Show with Tom and Leah. Tom is off today. He will be back tomorrow.
I kind of miss him.
I was going to text you and be
I like this
hey,
a lot,
if you want to change,
I miss him.
you miss him.
I do.
Understandable. It's not the same without Tom. And I'm sure when I'm not here, it's not the same without me, unless intern Cleo's filling in. And
no, it's not the same without you over there.
no one missed me last week. It's okay.
I told you I missed you so much.
You did. No one else. It's okay.
But they thought it.
They thought
for
it.
Sure.
For sure.
They were thinking it probably the whole time.
I am sure about that. But Jim from Volo Museum and Modern Day Romeos is here. So if you have any questions for him, 800-223-9510. I'll go back to the text line because I do have leftover ones from earlier and more coming in. That is on the way. It is 9:30. It's going to be partly sunny today with a high of 81. 63 overnight, 80 for tomorrow. It's 79 in Palatine and 70 in Kenosha. It is time for the 95 WIIL Rock Happy Hour News. We talk about our jobs and this isn't an actual job. I get paid to pretty much sit on my ass and talk crap.
Yeah.
The job of it is I don't like doing news. I hope that, we got bought by a new company.
No.
Yeah, connoisseur.
Connoisseur?
Connoisseur. Which, how do you spell connoisseur?
No idea.
Yeah, CONNO sewer, SEWER. No, Jim, that I guess.
Are you trying to connoisseur out of money? What are you trying to do?
that is that's at least how I
Connoisseur.
connoisseur. And I hear that they're gonna like which who talks about
They
that?
could be good bosses. What?
I know.
Lucky.
Which if they're listening, we could use a Timmy back. I would love to have a news guy. Like news is just it's so hard for me to go
You're
from
like, farts. And then 2 people died in a car accident
it's
today.
horrible. I can't do it. And I also like I don't do news to begin with, like in real life, because I know the bad is out there and I know there's not good things going on in the world. Ignorance is bliss. That's the saying, right? And
can't you just share good news?
Blissfully unaware. That's what Tom says.
Maybe
He's like, maybe look,
we'll let you
maybe,
shine a little light.
It's that there isn't a lot of good news out there. Okay, that's not locally, at least. That's
man saves beer on setup. Nope, never mind. That's
never
bad
mind.
too. Sorry.
He got mulched. Never mind. But this isn't really a job, and like you get to do your job is really cool as well. You get paid though to, I mean, go on stage and it's work. It's still work. Don't get me wrong. Like I am busy. There are times that I'm like, I'm done talking. I just want to rest.
Yeah.
Reason I'm mentioning this is because the happiest shift workers, like people that are working the 9 to 5s that pay hourly, are at weed and vape stores. That is the number one, which right?
I went into my wife had surgery and she needed to numb the pain.
Yeah.
So I went in and I recreational once in a while. Right. I don't do it a ton.
Same.
But I didn't even know like sativa and indica, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll just get both. So I go in there and there's like no things. It's just screens and like super like high people. Like, like hi. And like, hi. What's up? So I walk over and I'm like, all right. So like, can you explain the difference between these two? Because I don't really know the difference between indica and sativa. And she's like, well, this is the one that's really going to make you chill. And then this is like good for work. Like this is the one I take to work and smoke while I'm working. And I'm like, I want your job. That's what you do. You just smoke and then tell other people to smoke what you smoke.
Did they teach you how to remember that?
Yes.
So
Sink
indica,
in the couch, right?
Yeah. No, indica is in the couch. Yeah. And then there's sativa, which is the other. So indica, in the couch.
So sativa's the one you smoke at work all day.
Yeah. That's what keeps you high and happy.
Hi, how are you?
So that's the number one. Catering is 2. 3 is cafes and coffee shops. 4 is dentist office, which that's
the happiest.
Yes. Hourly paying 9 to 5 jobs. And then number 5 is gyms, which I could see that. I was leaving.
Think I'm pretty happy.
I was leaving the gym yesterday and I was like, I think that if I lost my job here, like maybe I'd work at the gym, or I don't know. I always am trying to, but after seeing this and after you mentioning, yes, they are so happy at the weed and vape stores.
The dentist office seems very interesting because I feel most people dread or are scared
of the dentist. And you're calling like.
So maybe I guess that's a rewarding thing to like welcome people and like relax them or something.
I don't know how that would make me happy though. Either way, the one that ranked last, hourly workers at pharmacies. Last place. They is not happy. So if you're looking for a job, if you're like, this job sucks and I want to be happy, go grab your sativa and get to it.
They have laughing gas at the dentist office, so that might be why.
Maybe that's what it is. They're huffing the gas. I know what you're doing, Jim. I found it.
Yes.
Walk on, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in without a nickname, but a walkout song.
Here it is.
Does it just make you
You
smile?
can't
It does,
not move.
Right? Like I'm smiling ear to ear right now.
I'm ready to do anything right now.
Exactly.
Game on. But yeah, so Cleo doesn't have a nickname yet, but
I have this.
she has this,
That's a
which
good
it might be
one.
better. There we go. And it loops for 10 minutes. Songs that get Leah
She
fired.
doesn't even say anything.
No, we'll go to the text line. I'm not going to keep looping that. I don't know why he made that for 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
He
10
really
minutes?
loves it.
He really likes it. Yeah.
He loves it.
Woo! I can see all the people dancing in the dentist's office right now.
They're so happy. They're on the laughing gas. To the text line, though, for Jim, ton of text here, and for Cleo too on TomTube. Well, first someone says, "Is this guy's name Brian? I deliver to them all the time. Nice people there." No, this is not Brian.
Brian Grams is the owner. The Grams family owns it. It's still a family-owned business. Jay Grams handles the auto sales side. Brian Grams is responsible for all the growth of the museum. He's a badass. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's been around since the beginning. They grew up on that property. So if you've been there, you've probably interacted with them.
Yeah. Cool. This is not Brian. He is Jim. You
This
should
is
have
Jim.
you should have. I know you have Volo Museum on your shirt, but why don't you have a name tag?
My
Jim?
name in there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
People
That's
just know they walk in and see the 6'9" guy, and
Like,
that
that has to be Jim. Yeah.
Jim. How tall are you?
6'8".
And it gets old when people talk about how tall you are.
It did at first, but now it's a good conversation
Yeah,
piece.
right.
Like it helps. If I'm on stage and I jump off, I'm still on stage. Or if I'm walking around,
Right.
like, oh, that's that.
There's that guy.
So
There's
it works.
Jim.
For my job, it works well.
Someone else said, "Why is Cleo sitting in the dark?" She's not.
I'm in the same room.
She's in the same room, and
It
if you
just
look,
doesn't look
It
like
looks like one of those commercials or documentaries where like she's
yeah,
got her like darked out to like confess something, but doesn't want her
She-
identity to be known.
she doesn't exactly.
She likes
the
Frosted Flakes.
character you haven't unlocked yet in like
We-
a video game.
We did talk about getting some of those floor lights.
But won't that look like you're telling a scary story?
She's got the flashlight under her.
Today, news.
I think it would be fitting. I like that. So no, she's not sitting in the dark. It's just our terrible
There's
lighting.
a lighting behind her that
Do you bring any autos to the Illinois Railway Museum's Vintage Vehicle Day
ooh.
on August 3rd for cross promotion of the museums?
I love the Illinois Railway. I grew up in
It
I
sounds
can't
like
say it, but I love it. Yeah, it's an awesome museum. I grew up in Marengo, and so we had our prom at that was
where
the
you
place. It's an amazing place. It's in the middle of nowhere, just like Volo, so you won't expect what's there. And just like Volo, when you walk in, you're like, I had no idea. When you go to that museum, it's awesome. I'd love to collaborate with them. They're great people.
This one just says Christine or Herbie.
Definitely Herbie.
Okay, I don't understand
Unless
the
it's Herbert
context
from
of
Family
that.
Guy.
This is the big
young boy.
Oh, that was good. Do it again because I
No, now I
interrupted.
creep myself out.
Yeah,
I have a reputation to uphold.
true. This is the big question: is Jim going this year on CFG?
On CFG?
Yeah, that's the big question.
That is a big
asked,
question.
It's been asked several times. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Big
Dun, dun,
announcement.
dun, 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 dun.
This says hashtag start the intern on fire. Pork chop from Kenosha. Okay, so that's one vote.
Thanks.
Let me write that down. That's one vote
Yeah,
for start
I mean,
the
if you
intern
can,
on fire.
if you can get like like when politicians, like if you can get enough signatures to do it, can they sign off on it, literally and figuratively? Like if you collect 100 signatures,
go
can
door to
we
door.
likely
Haze,
I don't think Alpha Media.
Intern,
I
light
don't
her
think-
on fire.
I don't think Alpha Media will be on board, but Connoisseur maybe.
Connoisseur.
We'll
They
find
might
out.
like that.
Someone said, FYI, the link to the early bird email is not working. I will look into that and let you know. How is Mike doing after the accident? I know it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, our drummer Mike Zaitz was at a wing place at like a Thursday at like 4:00 in the afternoon, and a car crashed through the building and he pushed his wife out of the way and basically took the car to the chest.
Yeah.
And he was jacked up this was like right around St. Patty's Day. So he was out our entire fest season and everything. We had to have like local drummers from other bands fill in all summer. And he was out for a while, and he's back now. He's doing, physical therapy and stuff just to keep things loose, but he's good. He's back
good.
with us.
That's it. I remember when that happened.
That was like 1 in a billion.
Right.
Like,
what are the odds?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm glad he's doing all right. This one says, I missed you last week, Leah.
See, the people missed you.
Don't worry, I have a follow-up. I've been to Volo Auto Museum a few times. All the cars are cool, but unfortunately, I can't afford them. I like looking, though. Okay, yeah, but there's more, again, than just the cars.
Yeah,
so,
there's a million things, and there's deals every weekday. Kids are free on Monday, 2 for 1 on Tuesday. Seniors get discounts on Wednesday with free coffee and pastries. Thursdays, we give discounts, too. So there's ways to do it.
Right.
Yeah. And I think there's savings. I mean, you can find online codes and stuff.
I think they were saying they can't afford the cars.
Oh, can't afford the cars?
That's what I think they were referring to. Because
I don't think there's coupons for those. No.
But hey, but
maybe?
you could wait a second. You could win one for free. Go to volofun.com, click on the events, and they are giving away a car.
If you go volofun.com, that could be the car you could afford. A 1960 Buick driven by Jimmy Stewart and Betty Davis in a movie. And it could be yours.
Free 99.
Free 99.
Volofun.com. And then this last one will end on that. Leah, I thought I would miss you, but Cleo did such a great job last week.
Cleo.
I love that. I love it. I love it. People, used to be like, when someone fills in for you, are you worried about losing your job? No, I like having someone competent that fills in for me. So then my job is secure. So then the show still sounds good.
Right.
Thank you, Cleo. I'm super proud of you. I know that this isn't your thing either. You're not trying to do rock radio. But again,
I had fun.
I am glad you did. And I appreciate you. So good. Aww. I'm glad I wasn't that missed. That's fine. Offspring, the kids aren't all right. Cleo's all right, though, and I'm glad. Thank you, Cleo, for filling in and being competent. Not saying that my other fill-ins aren't competent. They are, but it's just nice to have someone who will work for free. It is 8:47 WIIL Rock Morning Show with Tom and Leah. Partly sunny today, 81 for a high, 63 overnight, 84 for tomorrow. It's 78 in Woodstock and 77 in Waukegan. We will wrap things up here with Jim from Volo Museum. Just a quick rundown of everything. Again, in case you missed it, we've been talking about it for the last 2.5 hours. I appreciate you keeping me company.
This is fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I know you missed Tom. No one misses Leah. I miss Tom. I have Cleo. Isn't Cleo a good replacement for Tom?
She's fantastic.
She is awesome. Speaking of not Tom, Wayne. I was going to say Tom's going to be out, but no, it's going to be Wayne. Greek Fest is going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 11 to 9 this weekend. Greek Fest is the place to be in Libertyville. Live broadcast with Wayne, though, Friday starts at 2. Get out there. Delicious food, live music from the class of 68. That's Friday night. Live authentic Greek music on Saturday and Sunday. And Wayne not bringing Greek music, but he has tickets for Pantera, not Greek at all. I don't know. Could Pantera be Greek? Where's Pantera from?
That's a good question.
Okay,
maybe it's a Greek word.
I don't think they're from Greece. But Pantera tickets or the Struts, those are the tickets that you could win while Wayne is broadcasting again. Live from Greek Fest, Friday from 2 until 4. Get all the details on the road trips page over at 95willrock.com. We didn't talk MDR shows. Failure. You got 30 seconds to run down everything. Volo Museum, MDR, go.
Well, the two that we're advertising now, I feel I can comfortably say because I heard Vernon Hills Fest or Vernon Hills Days is coming up on the 20th. We're going to be playing
next weekend.
Yes, and then after that, a couple days later on that Friday of Blarney Gras, we're at Blarney Island, and it's like crazy. There's like people dancing in cages. Leah, did you know that some girls take off their tops and paint their chests in festive Mardi Gras colors?
Wait, what?
Did you know that?
No, I've never heard of anyone doing that before.
I mean, I'm not associated with people like that, but I'm sure
no,
that
why would you ever associate
there.
yourself with somebody like that? Pretty sure I may have a picture of you and I
think that's one of the first times I met you.
Okay. Hey, hi, these are them. Welcome to the party. Is that Blarney Gras? That's
that's Blarney Gras.
No, Blarney Gras is
that's like the Mardi Gras thing with like the
Key West Fest, I thought.
I don't think so. I mean, they have like the girl on the roof and then like the girls in the cages and like all that crazy.
But when is it where you go
Gras.
there and you get your stuff painted?
I think it's Blarney Gras.
I don't know. Body art's later, see? But I mean, I guess if you want to, you're not there for body art this year.
Well, I would be too expensive because I'm 6'8".
It is a lot of body to paint. Tall glass of water, though. Okay, so those are the two shows that you guys have coming up immediately.
Yes.
But you guys have a website where...
Modern Day Romeos. Yeah, just search us out. We're all over the place.
Can we hire you for something?
Yeah. My
cousin was talking about it and she was like, I would really love to hire Modern Day. This is like in a couple of years. You think you'll still be going in a couple of years?
That's a big if.
Things are hurting. You're so busy. You're everywhere. So, and Volo Museum also very busy in making sure that they keep you entertained and the kids entertained because
we just spent with our anniversary. We spent a 5-year multi-million-dollar complete museum makeover. It's literally if you haven't been there in a year, you haven't been there. It's changed that much and we've added that much stuff. So go, all ages go. There's deals every single weekday through July. We're giving away a car. We have huge new exhibits, a massive new military exhibit. We have trackless train rides, or we're calling them road locomotives now. You go through a 75-acre property. It's an all-day experience. $10 more. You get an annual pass. You can come every day for an entire year.
Like where can you get that?
I can't even find the other words that could convince you if those didn't. If those didn't,
I don't know. I don't know what you're doing with your life. You know, the kids are already saying, I'm bored. What are we going to do today?
And they're going to keep saying it.
They're going to keep saying it. And summer is flying by. So don't wait. Get to Volo Museum.
Shut them up with tickets.
And making it very affordable for you, too, because everything it's so freaking expensive. So volofun.com. You can see everything that Jim has talked about today as far as the deals and the events. You're not going to see everything that Volo has to offer. You got to go there to see all of that. So your time is up.
All right.
Thank you.
I passed. Thank you for your service.
I appreciate you being here with me, Jim. It is 9:56 and it's going to be partly sunny today with a high of 81. We'll wrap up whatever this is next. I didn't hear what you asked.
We should.
What did you ask?
I got blue shirt.
This is running.
Bids.
Taking bets.
If you're taking bets on who's going to win.
Running of the elderly. Jim just asked if the mall was open. I said, yeah, running of the elderly begins in 1 minute. Sometimes they let them in earlier.
They're in early today.
And I'm not throwing shade at the elderly because our friend Phil is going to be here in a couple of minutes, and we will go walk with Phil.
Yes.
And I told Phil yesterday, I was like, this is one of my most favorite parts of the day is going and taking
you go for a walk with Phil?
Walk with him. Yeah.
Lucky?
Yeah.
That's
Do you know
fun.
Phil?
I love Phil.
Oh,
He's my
Phil.
life goal.
Wow.
I'm not even
To
joking.
mall walk every day?
Well, just him in general.
Okay.
But I mean, to mall walk with Leah from the WIIL Rock Morning
Right.
Show.
Oh, yeah,
isn't a bad
that's
right
number
there.
second, or that's number second. That
Number
comes in
second.
second. That comes in second. All right.
Yeah,
It
what
has
you
been a
said.
good day. Appreciate Jim from Volo Museum coming in. Go check out Volo. I don't know how many
Yes.
times we got to tell you this. Tom will be back tomorrow. Open phone Thursday. Yes, today's Wednesday. That
And the
means
big
tomorrow
announcement.
comes Thursday, and there's going to be a huge announcement. I feel like we are having a ton of people in, like with FunJet and travel leaders are coming in. And then I'm almost positive Shelly Hills is coming in because we have our big golf outing on Monday. So
I'll be there.
you're
We're
going
a
to
sponsor and I'm golfing in it.
shut your
Yeah.
face.
Volo Museum's a sponsor.
Yes. That is awesome. All right. So we will see you then. But before that comes tomorrow, and that's open phone Thursday. So I'm going to go. The lovely Jen Mar is on the way for you next. I just realized I never mentioned Web Wednesday. It's Web Wednesday today. Click on that Web Wednesday link over at 95willrock.com and enter for your chance to win a pair of pit tickets in the pit for Shinedown, Bush, and Morgan Wade coming to the Fiserv Forum on Saturday, July 26th. They are taking bets on the elderly. All right, I'm out of here. Jen Mar is on the way for you next. Be good to each other.